It's Tuesday night. It's the week before the NFL season, 2 days before kickoff. College football was crazy this weekend. Do I mention prime time or do I wait? I think I'll wait because we got Jake Malik with us here. We got Just Dave. John is off, I think, looking to find TCU's heart. I don't know if he'll find it because it was lost. And maybe he could find Clemson's heart while he's out there as well.
Wow.
Maybe LSU as well. That would be helpful.
There were some hearts that were eaten. But
hey, Jake, careful where you tread. You may have just lost your taco rights.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
What I do?
Anne-Marie, LSU fan, lived in New Orleans, went through the whatever that storm was they had that like
Katrina
water there. Yeah. Huge LSU. We watched it to the end, but nonetheless, careful where you tread.
Hey, Dave, I got Joe Burrow on my fantasy team. I love me some LSU boys. I'm not complaining. Bro. I'm just saying. It wasn't their weekend, and I didn't say that they're bad. I just said it wasn't their weekend.
So JB, you brought it. So you guys know I don't gamble, but I can't wait. Right. I can't wait for Raphael to come on. I'm going to place my first bet. I'm going to place my first bet ever.
Where are we betting on?
Well, no. We'll wait for Raphael. But
I want to hear this.
By the way, the reason why I'm feeling so I need to bet is because I really liked Clemson. I thought two things were going to happen. Either these kids are going to buy into everything and just surprise the heck out of everybody and do it, or they're going to get trounced and be done.
Okay.
I really thought, if I'm sitting in that locker room and I got Prime telling me I'm good, I'm going to believe I'm good. And I'm telling you, man, they just looked freaking good.
Dave, before we talk about them,
here's the other one.
Hold on. Before we talk about that, in terms of looking good, what are the tacos this week? Think about you looking good.
Oh my gosh. All these things I already told Anne-Marie, I don't think they're going to make it to the show. She gave them to me a little early. They're grilled shrimp with guacamole, and then she fries the shells in her little Latino way, man. It just makes it so special. Oh.
Wow, I'm going to be in Southern California next Tuesday for the show. Redo these tacos.
Oh, yes. Done. We're doing it here. We're doing it here. We're doing it side by side. Yep. And we're doing it. You're going to have tacos.
Jamie's making a surprise trip to California that nobody's done.
Done deal. All right. Hey, so back to my gambling prowess.
Yes.
I looked at that Clemson Duke game, and I thought, Duke, new coach, great season. Clemson, they always get ranked. Always get ranked because of Debo. They always get ranked. And they had a new quarterback, knew this, knew that. I'm like, I kind of freaking like Duke on this. What the heck, man? And you know what, though? If I would have bet either one of those, they both would have lost.
Well, let me tell you about losses. BYU against Sam Houston. Sam Houston, who just got moved to D1 into the what conference are they in? There's only like two conferences that count. I think they're in Conference USA.
No.
The
BYU,
conference that nobody cares about.
14 points the whole game. It was a 20.5-point spread. And I'm stuck watching this game late night because, we got to start games at 11 o'clock. And I'm in Central Time at 11 o'clock it started, I believe. And I'm watching. Okay. It's probably the worst game I've ever seen. Jeff Lewis, who's a photographer, actually had to photograph that game. He couldn't believe that I watched that game. The QB looks like Will Stein for Sam Houston, which I put on Facebook.
Yes, I saw that. Yes, very funny.
I'm watching the game. I'm like, that's Will Stein. What's he doing? And
did you text Will and ask him if it was him?
I did.
Yeah.
He said no, he was on the golf course.
I don't know if I believe him.
It was just an ugly game. It was 14-0.
BYU?
Yeah. And 20.5-point spread. It killed me because I had him in a parlay.
Hey, brother.
It was not a good weekend.
Brother, I sat at the San Diego State, whoever the heck they played, game. Idaho something. And we were 35-point favorites. We haven't scored 35 points ever in like 10 years. And I'm thinking, but here's the good thing. I was in one of the $4 million suites eating sushi. So I really didn't care.
You really didn't care. You were just having a good time.
Yeah, it was the ugliest game because that would have been one I would have bet on. Because I figured as soon as I heard the spread, I would have put money on that. You know,
of course.
We don't score. And
what was the final score?
We always play down to whoever it is we play. Always. We'll beat UCLA and almost lose to Sac State.
Wow.
You know, it's just what we do.
What was the final score?
Who knows? We beat them by like a touchdown.
Wow.
A touchdown. They were horrible.
So you should have put money on them. That's what I'm hearing.
That's why as soon as Raphael comes on, man, I feel a little gamey. I feel a little good. I feel you know what? I'm ready to lose money because as soon as I feel good about my gambling prowess,
you're gonna lose.
Every time.
100%. And it's funny because I
somehow have the Hawks. So that's
I have a feeling if it's not NFL that you're betting, which I don't know what you're betting, you haven't even told us what sport.
Oh.
I'm assuming it's NFL or college football. It's one of the two. I have a bit of a feeling I know who you'll be betting on either side. Regardless, depending on whether it's college or professional, who you are going to be betting on. I have a bit of a feeling. I won't say. I'll say it right before you do.
Okay. Oh, fair enough.
When we get to that segment, but I'm just I've got my thoughts going. I'm like, I think I know where Dave is going. I might have figured you out a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. But before we get to that, which is later down the show, JB, I know you started to bring it up, and then you said, "Oh, do we bring it up?" You got to bring it up.
Well, I want to save that for right before Raphael because he has actually props he put out on it. So let's talk about some other college stuff. Let's talk about how Texas Tech, whose most famous football alum Patrick Mahomes, against Wyoming, most famous football alum Josh Allen from the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
How does Texas Tech lose that game to Wyoming?
I'll tell you what. Let me intercede. One of the guys I coached with Jesse Sapolo, 15-year vet, 49ers, 4-time Super Bowl champ. I mean, 49er great that doesn't get mentioned and should be in the Hall of Fame. We coach here in Orange County his Men in the Trenches camps. And one of his coaches is Tui. And I don't know, I should know his last name, but I don't. And his son plays for Wyoming. Middle linebacker, freaking stud. And so I've been watching Wyoming through his posts and his defense, man. And that kid will be in the NFL. His son will be in the NFL. Huh?
Yeah, I was shocked when I saw that. That was one I didn't bet on, but if I was going to bet, I would have been all over Texas Tech. Glad I missed it.
Well, you played. I've played Wyoming at San Diego State. I've played Wyoming at 8,000 elevation. You better be exponentially better than them because you, after like 2 snaps, are swallowing your tongue and just gasping for air. It is. It's not. Yeah. Everyone talks about like Mile High Stadium, Mile High this. That's 5,400.
JB,
they're at 7,800 foot elevation, man.
JB, here's the thing. You asked how did Texas Tech lose? Well, how did Wyoming win? Well, I'm going to be really simple here because I can be. Wyoming scored more points than Texas Tech.
Oh, wow.
Very simple.
Wow. Is Judge Shear here?
It's no wonder. JB, a lot of times I think about, why is Jake on this show? Well, now I know. It was awesome, man. And the insights, just freaking awesome.
I know. Look, Dave, you were full of surprises last week with your art. I was absolutely amazed, and I decided this week, I give a good take. I give a good take every now and again. I got some comments that are funny here and there. I said this week is the week where I just unleash my best comments. How did they win a football game?
They had more points.
The other team.
Holy smokes, man. That's huge.
Wow.
That's huge.
That was horrible. You're fired, Jake.
No, but on the serious,
Dave's right.
Serious note, though, I haven't watched any Wyoming, and on that side, that kid, it's amazing. Like when I went back to my San Diego State days, we had a kid, Todd Santos. Nobody knows that name. Todd Santos broke all kinds of quarterback records. And our junior year, we won the WAC championship, and he was up for Heisman, like a Heisman watch, right?
Wow.
Okay.
Well, we're scoring 50 points a game and losing because we had the number 6 offense and we had the 109th defense. We lost to like Stanford. We lost to Stanford 50-52 or something. So, but that kid,
I didn't know you could have such horrible defense with such
we
phenomenal offense. That's horrible.
But he elevated us. We wanted to play for that guy, just like Coach Prime. When you buy into something, you can sit in a locker room, and because I've had these coaches, and you look at them and you go, when I was in Montreal for 2 years, I loved Jacques Dussault. And that's his name, Jacques Dussault. He was our coach for the
I believe you, but I was really thinking, like,
because he was French. But he would speak to us, and all of us, we all had experience, whether it be NFL or whatever. And we're like, oh my gosh, this guy, we don't have a chance in hell. And we didn't, we won the coin toss, the coin toss, and he deferred. So we kicked the first half, and guess what he did the second half?
Kicked again.
Yes.
I kicked again.
I said, what are we doing? He goes, we're taking the
Christ.
wind. I said, there's no wind. There's no wind.
That is wild.
Yes. Anyhow, so when you have Coach Prime telling you you can be winners, when you have a kid that is somebody you can get behind, it's amazing what it does to a locker room. And you get behind them, you really do. You really do.
Talk about confidence, and JB doesn't want to talk about Coach Prime and the Buffs yet, and that's fine.
We're going to wait like 10 more minutes on this one.
That's fine. We can switch to the NFL for a couple minutes.
I'm going to do one more college game.
Come on. I got a perfect segue here. Don't kill
me. You know what? Let JB have. I've been on this show for about a long time. JB doesn't get a chance to say anything. He sits in the dark there just because we can't see him. He has no lights. Yeah. Hey, JB, you see his lights on me? See how good I look? It costs like $12, bro. $12.
I'm in the temporary studio right now.
No. It's been temporary since I've known you.
So I know, right?
$10.
Dave,
$10, people see me, and then they know I'm here.
Do you know how long he's been doing this, Dave?
He's
been doing this for like 2 years. This is not temporary. This is permanent. Now go ahead,
JB. What I'm saying is, JB, please take the floor. Please take
the spotlight.
How about James Franklin in Penn State? That game. Did anyone know what happened in that game?
Or you lost
if
me.
Not,
I don't. You know I don't do college football a lot. I watch like the major stories, and outside of that, I kind of just stop.
They were a 21-point favorite. They were up by I want to say 16-0, and there was like 6 seconds left, and they had the ball, 2nd and goal. Dude went for a touchdown. I love it.
Respect.
I love it.
Respect.
You play the full game. You play till the end.
We've talked about unwritten rules before. And JB, I know you and I agree on this, which is why I say this. Did the clock stop?
Yep.
Oh, game's still going. It's all is fair in love and war. It's all fair. Sorry, too bad.
But here's the difference. In the NFL, you take a knee. And in the college, you go for the points for rankings. Rankings are different than a win.
That's fair.
It is. And as a college coach, you've got to win by a lot. Because you might lose by a lot, and in the rankings, it matters.
Yeah, without a doubt.
NFL, 1 point, win, next. There's no rankings. You won, who cares, right?
Yeah,
so college, you got to go for the points, and I can't fault the coach for doing that.
Yeah. So, Steve, while we're talking, if you're still there, what's your question? Jake, what was your segue?
Well, first of all, I agree, Dave. It's actually a very good point, but also just, go for the win. And it doesn't matter by how much. Just continue to keep going. It builds confidence for the next game. But speaking of confidence, which is what I wanted to get to, did either of you happen to see – I know neither of you are Jets fans, nor probably buy into this Jets hype and are like me and just expect them to fall on their face anyway because their offensive line is garbage. Did any of you or either of you, see what DJ Reed said the other day?
No.
That's a corner for the Jets. So DJ Reed had probably my favorite comment because it's really fun to make fun of the things that this team says. Anybody that knows me knows I love to poke fun at the Mets and the Jets for just simply existing in the way that they do, because both teams have something very strong in common, which is they find ways to lose. They're very inventive in the way they lose. Well, they don't think they're going to lose this year because DJ Reed had the following to say, I think we have the potential to be the best defense in the NFL. Honestly, I think we can be historical, not just the best defense in the league, but I think we can be a historical defense like the 85-86 Bears or the Legion of Boom.
Who?
And when I heard that,
Who
are you asking who said that?
Yeah.
DJ Reed, who is a corner for the Jets. He's not even the best corners on team. And I read that and listened to the interview a little bit, and all I could think was, I respect the confidence, man, but rein it in because you're not even the best defense in the league. I get that they're very talented, but to say you're going to be like the 85-86 Bears or the Legion of Boom, the 85-86 Bears, last time I checked, played a long time ago, and more importantly, a very different NFL. You cannot play defense the way you played 30, 40 years ago. It just doesn't work like that. The NFL is a very much offensive league.
No, I don't think he was saying that.
No, I know what he meant. I'm just saying, but to compare himself to that type of a defense, I'd like to see them be the best defense in the league, let alone anything else.
I'd like to see them be the best defense in the division. Yeah. Who?
Yeah, that's a good point too.
But I'm not going to hate at a guy for having confidence.
No, but that's a little far.
It is, but
I like confidence, but that's a little bit much to compare yourself to one of the greatest defenses. That would be like me saying, or having Daniel Jones go, guys, we're going to be like Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs last year. Like, no, you're not. Just stop it. It's not going to happen. You can will it all you want. You can be as confident as you want, but you're not them. It's not going to happen.
Huge difference. The Jets defense is actually good.
Wait.
Jones isn't.
Guys, it's like me coming on here in my 6 months of experience and saying I'm going to end up on Monday Night Football.
Nice.
I'm not. I got all the confidence in the world. I think I'm freaking great at this. I love it.
I'm going to turn the volume on then when I watch football.
Well, okay. I'm just going to tell you right now, JB, I'll squash your dreams. I ain't get so that's just there's like absurd, and there's like the company's going, hey, we are going to be one of the best defenses in this league,
right?
And deservedly so, because they probably are. They've got some talent. To JB
top
point.
5.
They've got some talent.
Yeah,
but to start calling out the Bears and Legion of Boom. Come on, now you set yourself up for failure.
That's
you never set goals. Guys, this is goals 101. So if everyone's saying, well, I'm going to set some goals for myself. Set achievable goals. Because if you start setting goals you cannot achieve, you will fail, and then you will feel like a failure. Set a goal that you can achieve, and then build on those. Once you hit that goal, boom. Hey, we are the best. We are the best defense in our division this year. Next year, we'll be the best defense in the NFC. And then we'll be the best defense. Then we'll shoot for the best ever. Let's go a couple of years, bro. Baby steps. It's like when you walk.
That's what I'm saying. Because Dave, you make a great point. They weren't even the best team, the best defense of their own division. I mean, that's a pretty big leap. The defense hasn't changed that much from last year.
I'm still not hating on a guy having confidence in the NFL.
No. Confidence is good. But confidence
is just too much. You know what? That comment to me is not confidence. To me, that screams arrogance. I think.
It's stupid.
Thinking that they're above what he could possibly be.
Are you trying to segue back to the other topic? Because Raphael's going to.
No, I'm not. But I'm not. But it certainly ties into itself.
Some people say arrogance. Some people say confidence. And obviously, we're talking about Coach Prime. Right now.
Might be. It wasn't on purpose, but maybe it was.
I mean. If you're TCU, first of all, before we even get to Colorado, if you're TCU, you played in the national championship game last year.
Yeah.
You're playing at home. You're ranked. You have no business losing. I don't care what anybody says. You're not playing, Ohio State.
Well, remember Max Duggan is no longer there. It is important to note that their quarterback has left.
Yes, I understand that. But you're not playing Ohio State. You're not playing Alabama. You're playing Colorado. I don't care who they brought in.
Nobody.
And I'm not taking any credit away from what the Colorado team did or what Coach Prime did, TCU, that was disgusting. Their defense was horrible. Now, on the other side, Coach Prime got his guys ready to play. Their defense, TCU has a really good offense. I'm not upset that they gave up 42 points. The Big 12, those teams, the top tier of them have some phenomenal offenses. Their defense is horrible.
They score.
Without a doubt, and they just keep going, But, their defense needs some work. But unbelievable to have your son at quarterback and throw for 500 yards.
I was going to say, not only have the son your quarterback, but he looked amazing.
Couple more games like that, he's in the Heisman talk. He's already in it, but I mean,
he's already in it because it's week 1. Yeah,
it's his award. I mean, if he does this,
yeah. You know what? Here's the next thing, guys. Look at that schedule.
Oh,
I know.
They look. They have like 3 losses on that schedule. If they perform the same as they did, they're going to run through the Pac-12. I mean, I don't see them losing it. They got Stanford. They've got. I mean, come on.
Jokes.
They've got 3 ranked teams. I don't mean that like they have 3 top 20 teams left on that schedule.
Yeah,
they could go 9-3 easily.
And when you look, I mean, they have a 2-way player at receiver and defensive back.
Oh, stop!
127. You play 127 snaps.
Nobody in Power 5 football does that, Jake.
Nobody in football does that. Period.
Not even Desmond. Desmond got a Heisman because he did both ways. Like he played like 3 downs as a DB.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, they do that in high school and lower division college, but D1.
I mean, hold on. Nah. Talk about this fact. He had 11 receptions, which tied the team lead. He had 119 yards, which was second on the team. And he was also tied for the team lead with 1 interception. It's not just, he played a lot of snaps or he was on both sides of the ball.
Right.
He played a lot of snaps. He was on both sides of the ball.
You have 2 Heisman kids.
And he did everything.
Yeah, preseason or first game season Heisman guys on the register too. If Desmond Howard won it, why isn't this kid already in the talks?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to look at that performance. If we're looking at one-game performances, that's amazing.
The only thing Travis Hunter missed was a touchdown. That's it. If he would have had a touchdown, he would have literally done all he could other than throwing one at that point, which he wasn't going to go to quarterback because, kind of mentioned it already, but I'll mention it again. Shedeur Sanders had an unreal game. 38 for 47, 510 yards, 4 touchdowns, and no picks.
What was the ranking? Is that 164? That's got to be like 156.
I don't know what the score, but
156.
I don't know what the ranking is, but
I think 156 is the passer rating.
I believe so. Yeah.
It's got to be. You can't be any higher than that. There's no way you can be higher.
Rating,
percentage, yardage, touchdowns, no picks.
Dave, you want to know his passer rating? His passer rating was a 200.
What?
I don't think it could be that high.
I've never heard
I don't think so either, but this is
156 is the highest I've ever heard.
Yeah.
That's what this must be something else because it says rating right here.
Okay, well, you know what, goes Jake.
Yeah, that's fine. But whatever.
I'll give the kid a 200.
That's fine. I'll show you my screen. I mean, see now I feel to show you guys how ridiculous this sounds.
Oh my god!
I believe you, but I've never heard of it. I don't think you can go.
I know, but look at this.
But
it says passer rating right there. How ridiculous! I didn't even think that was possible.
That's against Nebraska, bro.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. This is Nebraska right on there.
This is his current stats for the season.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right.
So you see how it says 38 for yeah. So it's just showing the next game. But yeah, here's his passer rating, a 200.1.
Yeah, 200.1. It is right.
I didn't know that was even physically possible.
I've never, ever heard of that. Even close.
Neither have I. I mean, maybe that's just a college thing.
And maybe they made it up because it was so good. Because it was.
I was going to say, but that's how great. That's how great the offense was. He had such a good game as a quarterback that he actually broke the scale that we know about and went like considerably past what we thought.
I'm googling highest passer rating ever.
I mean
that's just ridiculous.
Yeah,
and they had 2 backs that had over 100 yards receiving. Which is
158.3. 158.3 is the highest passer rating you get in the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess college is different.
Well,
Four
and you know
different
what?
receivers.
You know what? I'm telling you right now. You ask Josh Allen walking into a game, if he could pass for that percentage and that yardage and that, and what would you pay for that? You go, I'd freaking take it. I'll give you $200,000 right now.
Right.
You know,
it's pretty
four
impressive.
Receivers over 100 yards, 7 receivers with catches, 6 multiple. Insane.
I don't want to hype this team up too much because it's only one game, but at the same time, I don't think we've ever seen such a transformation. And the reason I say that is because this is a team that was absolutely nowhere on the map last year. And then Sanders comes in. What?
They had as many wins last year as they do already on September.
Exactly. That's what I mean. They were absolutely irrelevant. Sanders comes in. Basically, the entire team is transfer students. And they went out and then just days ago now dropped 45 points is what they scored, right? 45 points and had a quarterback throw for 500, multiple receivers over 100 yards, running backs over 100 yards. I mean,
it's insane.
So here's
I'm going to ask hold on. Here's the question: is this team, if they could somehow continue this pace, which is extremely unlikely, but could this team be the greatest offense we've ever seen in college? I'm not saying they will be, but just do they have the potential based on what we saw from one game?
Here's the thing, and we've seen this happen. Appalachian State, right? They beat Michigan, right? Huge upset. Where'd they come from? And what did they do after that? Nothing.
Where did they come from? Where did they go?
Yeah, and they you know what? They got geeked up. They came out. So, one of two things is going to happen. One, it was a fluke, or they really got 58 guys. They led the entire nation in transfer portal, right? 58 players. The next closest, I think, was 35.
Yeah.
They got all those cats to come in, believe,
and buy it.
And they're going to do something. And you know what? Why not? They're all not retreads, but they're all like second chance cats.
Yep.
With one of the most inspirational coaches you probably could ever see in college football ever coming in with the gold chains and the hype film. Hey, where's my hype music? Let me talk to these kids.
Yeah.
That's what these kids love, man.
I was going to say
it's going to be such a great story. He did it, Jackson.
He's a phenomenal coach.
He has
been fantastic.
We don't know how good a coach he is. He's a great.
We don't know yet. We're still finding out how good he is.
Young men.
But this week's going to be a bit different because they have Nebraska.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. No, this week's going to be a bit different though. They have Nebraska, who's got a really good coach, Matt Rule. He's phenomenal at college. Could have coached in the NFL.
They're going to roll Nebraska.
They're going to roll Nebraska because Nebraska doesn't have talent at the moment.
Yeah, they're going to roll Nebraska.
But they can play defense, so I don't foresee the offensive juggernaut.
Yeah,
they're not going to have 500 yards passing this week, but 300 plus, yes.
Yeah,
Well,
it's time to bring on Dave's favorite person because it's not the two of us, and maybe it's Anne Marie as a tie. But Raphael is definitely one of Dave's favorite people, and there's no question about it. And he's one of our favorite people. And we're so happy to have him because Dave has very exciting news.
Jake, you are never getting tacos because, first of all, Anne Marie is like, so wait, okay, so here's my daughter, here's Anne Marie, and then here's everybody else. So I love Raphael. And then you get this LSU comparison. You're screwed on tacos, bro. I don't know. She was going to send them to you. How do I freeze dry these tacos and get them? You know what, Jake? After this, she's watching. She's right in the background.
I know she is.
Jake's out.
Jake, you lost those freeze dried tacos, Jake. They sounded good. I was willing to fly to California next week.
But Raphael, you are top 10. And so I was telling the guys.
See, I was right. He's up there.
I was telling the guys. I don't gamble.
Yes.
But man, I'm feeling a little something because this week
that might be gas on my tacos.
You might be right, but I was feeling it before I ate. So this week I rolled down to San Diego State. I'm sitting in this suite, man, gorgeous $4 million suite, eating sushi, and somebody tells me we're 35-point favorites. I'm like, holy shit, really? We have never scored 35 points. I would have taken that bet if I would have known. And then I'm looking at stuff. I'm like, man, I really like Colorado. If these kids buy into Prime, I like Colorado sneaking up on these cats. And then the final one was, I looked at when I was looking at like, what am I going to watch? Duke against number 9 Clemson. I'm like, Duke last year with his new coach had a great season. They're coming in with some confidence, but they've never had because they're always a stepping stone. And Clemson just always gets a rating, and it's like the worst rating they've had just because they give them a rating. And I like Duke. So really, if I would have bet anything, I would have made money. And I've been sitting on this. I've been watching the Hawks. I got to take the over on the wins for the season.
Oh, I knew it.
It
was either
Jake,
it was either Colorado
Jake
or Seattle, and I knew it. Dave, I had the utmost confidence when you started this. All I needed to know was it pro or college, because I knew the way you were talking and think you were going to take the Hawks or the Buffs, and it was the Hawks. Okay.
Wow,
Raphael. Here's what I thought would be a really cool thing for you, because I am like I'm like smart on stuff, but I'm stupid on betting. All right. So what's the odds for over on the Seahawks? What is it, 9 wins for the season?
It's 8.5, and the juice is like minus 160.
Okay, tell me what that means.
Ooh.
If I give you $100, what do I win?
If you want to win $100, you have to put up 160 to win 100, because the over is the favorite.
Well, that's stupid.
Well, but if you like the under, which I'm sorry, I kind of do, 100 would get me 130.
What?
100 would get me 130 if the under hits.
Yeah. Well, it's not gonna. So all right. So I give you, when do I give you the $160 up front? So it's got to let it sit there for a year.
Yes. Well, until the season's over.
All right. Well, but then how do I open an account with you?
Well, we'll talk off air on.
No. Tell people how to open an account with you. That's why. I want people to know because you come on and tell us odds.
Dave is like, let's make this an educational session. Nothing else. We're going to teach some people how to gamble.
Help me, help you, and then help.
There's multiple places. I would use BetUS.
BetUS
for you guys, especially because you're in California. It's a lot easier to get.
But that's you, right?
I do some odds for them, yes. So I would say you can sign up there. They have 8.5 on Seattle. I think they have minus 140 on the over in the juice, not minus 160.
Good.
So
it's better.
Even better.
Like I said, I would send a link. I will give you guys. I'll text you guys the link. So if you guys customers want to use it and stuff like that, but that's how you can usually jump on there. I said BetUS because I know you're in California, and California does not have FanDuel, DraftKings, BetMGM, and all that other stuff. So,
we voted against that for some reason. The Indian reservation.
Indian reservation.
Yeah, they want that money. So,
Yeah.
All right. So I'm taking the over.
But I was listening to you guys on. I was listening to you guys on Colorado, and I'm sorry. I gotta throw a red flag. I'm tired of all this. Oh, Dion, this and they don't have a roster. They only won 1 game. All those kids that they brought in were 3-star or above. It's not like they got guys from the parking lot to play.
We're not questioning that.
But then don't give all this credit. That they're buying into the program. They're buying into what he's speaking. No, they're buying in because they're good athletes. They're not buying.
Well, that's true. But
Dion's
think about
probably
this.
Motivating them, but I'm sorry, his son was 4.5, almost a 5-star quarterback. He could have easily went to Tennessee. He was being recruited.
Absolutely.
I mean, so it's not like his son was just only being recruited by Jackson State and Grambling. I mean, these kids, if you looked on the roster, these kids were highly invested in other universities. They just followed primetime.
I'm not disagreeing, but you can't deny that he has taken a group of talented players and made them win, because how many times do we see in all sports that teams are put together with all these all-stars and it doesn't work? It takes somebody good at the helm to put it all together, does it not?
It does, but I'm tired of in every sport that they always, if the team goes hot, the managers do. No, let's give some credit to the kids. I shouldn't say kids. Let's get credit to the paid athletes.
These young men.
These paid athletes.
Paid athletes in college. I love it. So true now, though.
And TCU's garbage. We saw them in a national championship.
I said that.
And they have a brand new quarterback. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not putting them so much credits. They should, first of all, TCU should have been 20-point favorite. They should have been like maybe a touchdown favorite at home, but 20 points.
And Raphael, you brought up a valid point, and that is these preseason rankings. It's based on last year. So TCU get to the national championship, they get an arbitrary 19. Clemson, because they always get ranked, get a 9.
Because they're Clemson.
They don't. It's not proven. Nothing's proven.
I'm thinking Dabo's probably in trouble because the Clemson does not bring in transfers. He does not go to the transfer portal, and you can tell it's starting to hurt him. And all that. I would not be shocked if they have a mediocre season that he's on the hot seat. I always thought he was going to go to Jacksonville with Lawrence and be their head coach when what's his name got fired over there.
Yeah, they look mediocre. Sure.
We don't
I know, Raphael. Yeah, I know you did some props for Colorado. Tell us what you got.
Yeah, I had to because my phone lines were ringing because that's all people wanted to talk about this week was Colorado, which this could be a big letdown game. I mean, Florida State could be a big letdown game against Southern Miss, which they are 28-point road favorites at Southern Miss.
Wow.
You figure Florida State might be hangover, and you think Colorado might be on a hangover effect.
For sure.
Reading the press clippings against Nebraska.
For sure.
So my friend sent me a text earlier. Right now, there's more money on Colorado than all 32 NFL teams currently, which is insane.
Which we've only had this game up for maybe 3-4 days, and we've had these NFL games up all summer long.
Well, it was just a couple months.
Yeah, isn't that insane to think 4 days compared to months?
Well,
32 combined.
We're going to be big Cornhusker fans on Saturday. I can guarantee you.
I was going to say,
Raphael,
I know who you're rooting for in a couple days.
I have a Frost jersey, of a Nebraska Frost jersey that I'm going to put on, or maybe a Jared Thomas jersey from Nebraska.
Where's the game?
We're going to will them to win.
Where's the game, Ralph?
Isn't it? It's in Nebraska, isn't it? I'm almost positive.
Nebraska. All right.
Well, they were both on the road, so I'm not sure.
Nebraska's a little peachy. What's the spread?
Yeah, it's now 3. It opened up Colorado.
Oh, it's in Colorado.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. It's in Colorado. You're right. It's in Colorado. It opened up as 1 point favorite. Now it's up to 3.
Yeah, I can't.
That's wild. I can't bet that.
I can't bet a home game after being they're frothy and feeling it. If they're in Nebraska, man, I think I might even be talking parlay. My first bet out of the box parlay.
Their total season wins before the season started was 3.5.
Wow.
What's that now? Has it jumped?
I did multiple ones. That's why I said that. Now you can bet 4 wins is plus 350, 5 wins is plus 450. 6 wins is getting a lot of action at 5-1. 7 wins.
There's my parlay. There's my parlay.
Seahawks over and Buffs. What would you say? 5+?
Wait. What am I? USA.com.
And Bet US, I'll send it to you. And that word parlay is going to pay for my wife's Amazon shopping spree.
Yeah, I know. Parlays are bad, Dave. Trust me.
No, that's
Dave,
why I don't gamble, because I'm really bad at it. And so that's
gambling. You're meant to lose. Don't you know that?
Don't distract me from being me.
Here's an interesting prop bet that I put out. Where would Deion Sanders coach week 1 of 2024? Colorado at minus 500. Another NCAA team, which again, we could see some interesting names come up there. Clemson, like I said, there should be interesting big names. Or will the NFL give them a phone call?
Or LSU maybe.
No, I would take the money on Colorado for one reason.
He's back with one more, and then
his son, absolutely. JB hit the nail on the head. His son,
he's a parlay, yeah.
But his son can go to the transfer portal and just follow him back with them if he got
if he stays in the NCAA.
True.
But if he goes,
that's why I'm sticking with Buffalo, because his son can stay in Buffalo, and he can stay there. It's the easiest situation for everybody. Maybe if the season goes well, he really wants to stay.
And will Colorado be in a bowl game? Now it was at plus 110. Now it's minus 130. And
because nowadays you only need 6 wins to make a bowl game.
Yeah, really.
Well, there's 4 bowl games. There's 4 less bowl games this year.
Yeah, they'll still make one.
Yeah, because they're going to want to get Coach Prime there if it's the mediocre
They'll do
bowl, buy the Pinstripe Bowl or whatever.
They don't care what bowl it has to be. They'll put him in anything they can to put his face on it because they know that face brings in ratings.
Automatic marketing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's like us bringing Raphael. Automatic marketing.
That's right. That's why we do it. All right, Raphael, I need to know what's the best bet for this week, mainly for JB and now I guess kind of Dave. I'm not betting; it's not happening, but I'm just curious.
I'm going to throw it out in the NFL since it's week 1 in the NFL, and that's what pretty much everyone wants to talk about. And I'm going to, and I've had this right here. I'm not going to, right here in front of me. The Seattle Seahawks. The LA Rams they're going to be blown up after the season. They have so many injuries on the board. We might see some trades from them during the season. They might just let go people. They might just blow the Rams up and start from scratch at this one. Now you're telling me I'm only laying 5 at home. I would not be shocked if the Seattle wins this game on defense, not their offense. I think their defense is going to be the reason why they win games. Last year was because of Geno and the offense. This year, I think their defense is so much better than last year's defense. I'm going to lay this. I think the Seahawks will start the Rams losing season. I think the Rams could be one of I don't want to say the worst team in the NFL, but there's going to be a lot of eyes open thinking, wow, maybe that quarterback swap was beneficial for the Detroit quarterback now these days instead of what's going on in LA.
Well, they got what they wanted. They got their Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep.
But for the fans, you want more than just one. You want
of course, but if you're the organization, look, if you're the organization, you say, you know what?
They're like the Florida Marlins. That's what the LA Rams were the Florida Marlins do.
So I had asked you off the air, Raphael, with the suicide pool. So my thinking is Washington because when am I going to use them again this year? And Arizona's horrible. Baltimore.
Well, take a step back. Arizona, they're on paper, and Dave knows this. On paper, they're horrible, but the NFL and football is a totally different. Yeah. We were just talking about Colorado's going to be horrible. Right. They're 3.5 wins, and look what happened. Just because you look on paper on week 1, week 1 is very, very.
Oh, week 1's the worst.
Yeah. So just because you said, "Ooh, I saw your pick," I'm like, "Wow, what a Joey!" It took him 2 seconds to pick his suicide pick.
I'm thinking in advance because if I use Baltimore now, I can't use them again. So that's the problem because everybody.
What's the suicide pick? What's a suicide pick?
So it's a suicide pool. So you can only use each team once per year. And there's no point spread. It's just straight up win. You pick a team. If you win, you advance. If you lose, you're done.
Oh.
So that's why my thoughts with Washington. So I have 2 rules for it that I've learned over the course of years that set up upsets. No division games ever.
Absolutely not. I was just going to say, never do that.
Division games are definitely coin flips and no teams on the road. If they're on the road, I totally turn away from the game. So it limits the games I actually can look at.
I would look at Minnesota.
Really?
So they're home. You have to pick just the winner.
Just the winner.
Just the winner. No point spread.
It's not as easy as it sounds, though.
Oh,
I got far last year. Last year, I think I got to the last 75 people. It was sickening. You always get sick when you lose later in the pool. 2 years ago, I lost the first week. Because, again, the first week, like Raphael said, is the hardest week. Because preseason now is so watered down.
Yes.
It's like
it's basically
you just want to get through that first
week. Is college and NFL?
No, just NFL.
Oh, just NFL. Oh, yeah. Well, that is hard.
Here's an interesting if you can get enough guys to fill every team, it's called 33. If your team and you play each team, if I get the Raiders every week, I have to put $20. But if my team scores 33 points, you get the
33-point pool.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a fun pool.
That's a very fun pool.
Oh my gosh! There's so many ways for me to lose money.
Yes.
Oh, you're gonna parlay. That's the biggest lose.
That's the biggest way to lose.
Discourage me, Robbie. I'm giving you money, bro. I have confidence.
I'm giving him money. You're giving the casinos money.
I want everything I want.
Betting companies.
I don't want you to lose because you got gang members that you're friends of. I don't want the Mayans to come after me.
I might know some people, but
Dave just might do it himself. That's all.
So Raphael, let's talk baseball a second. let's talk about the Cubs. You're a huge Cubs fan.
I will be there. I'll be there for Chris Bryant's first home game at Wrigley in the Colorado uniform next week.
Nice. So, question: What are the odds currently that they come back and win the division?
Division's hard because they still have a tough road schedule. I think we had them at plus 250, and of course the Brewers were our favorite. The Reds, every time I refresh the screen, they're losing. They're losing right now. Seattle is beating them right now. I think they're 9-1 right now. They're only 2.5 games out of first. So that's one. If I'm the Cubs, I want to stay in the second spot in the wild card, or I don't want to win the division because you're both ways. You're going to get a quicker trip to see Atlanta. I'm trying to avoid Atlanta as quick as possible.
Trying to avoid them.
Yes.
Interesting.
Avoid them like the plague.
I'd rather play the Dodgers because we all know how the Dodgers are in playoffs. You either lights out or they're overrated and Kershaw gets hurt and they're beatable.
Interesting.
Well,
wow.
I have to ask, even though I know the answer, and it's
yes, I will be putting out Joe Jonas, his next girlfriend odds. I know you and your wife were interested in that. So I knew that I'm working on tonight when I'm watching TV.
You are not wrong. I was talking about with her yesterday. She's devastated. She loves the Jonas Brothers. But anyway, not the point. I know it's a long shot, but I'm just curious because they're actually playing well at the moment, at least. What are your odds on the Yankees taking a wild card spot?
Just 1,000,000 to 1.
Are they really that high?
No, I think last time I checked, they were around like 85 to 1, something around there. They were pretty high.
I mean, I'm not taking them that. It's not going to happen. I'm not putting any money on that. I'm not even thinking about it because we're 8 games back. But at the same time, they look better.
They have, but they have to play the Orioles still. They have to play the Red Sox still, and the Red Sox.
Look, I'm not saying I'm not anticipating it's going to happen. It's just a nice thought.
You know what a good parlay before the season would have been? Baltimore and Seattle, if that holds up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been a phenomenal parlay because they both had to be great odds.
I mean, if you're Seattle, if you're the Mariners, not only are you playing good and probably going to make the playoffs, but what an arms opening for Ohtani to try to come over there. That's why I tell people, Cubs, Mariners, the Giants, these teams that are fighting for a good big bat that's coming in. No, not the Dodgers. I'm just talking about big free agents that don't want to go to the bigger teams like the Dodgers, Yankees. Okay. I'm talking about the Cubs, Giants, the Mariners. These are big free teams that have money for next year. If you're Bellinger, you're going to be the second best bat out there. You want Ohtani to get $1 billion because you know what that means. Belly will probably get. Yeah, that means other free agents will be making a lot of. The Giants have a buttload of money. The Mariners have a buttload of money. So it's going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
Raphael, I have the most important question here, and it pertains to nothing about sports.
Don't see Expendables 4. I watched it last night before it came out. It's horrible. Raphael, it's going to be on my Razzie list.
That's good. What are the odds that you're at G2E this year?
Am I what this week?
At G2E, Global Gaming Expo.
What are my odds? I've been there quite a few times, and it's not.
I'm just curious if you're coming.
Probably.
I'm just curious if I'm going to see you there. I would
need
to take a
Probably.
What are the odds you getting me a room for the Super Bowl?
Ooh, I could probably get better odds of me and you throwing a coin. The heads and tails on Super Bowl on the field than getting a room right now.
Nice. Raphael's doing the coin toss. I love it.
All right, so I'll take the paid option. Okay.
Yeah, it's I have it out there. I have guys fishing for me at Mandalay Bay, New York, and stuff like that, and they keep on telling me, "Is this your boyfriend? Is this your girlfriend? Are you trying to hide something from your wife?"
I have a Caesar's deal till Thursday. The problem is Friday, Saturday is when I need to be there. So.
Yeah, so it's it's crazy. It's funny because when I called all the MGM properties which I worked for and I get free rooms for life for them and all that, they keep on asking me, "Are you coming?" I'm like, "No." Okay, then that's one extra room we can probably sell.
Wow, but you're going to be out there for the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, no, I have a home there. Yeah.
Raphael, your answer should have been, "You're Raphael." Actually, no, my buddy Dave is taking my room. Oh,
it's under my name.
I'm
That's
giving
a
you
sad
a $50
part.
bet, bro. I'm making you money.
I can't even let my twin brother use those rooms.
Wow, what kind of crap is that? We need to talk to them.
Well, Raphael, you know what you should do? use one of those rooms and come to G2E and come see me.
When is G2E? What are the dates this year?
The dates, I think it starts. Hold on. I mean, I know when I'm going. I think it starts on the 9th and it ends the 12th, I believe.
9th of what?
October. I figured you knew what month.
Huh.
Oh no, yeah. My month of October is packed to playoff baseball, and I turned 50 in October.
We can come.
And the fact he doesn't want to go.
That's you. Yeah.
When's your birthday?
We could celebrate your
21st.
50th together.
Nice.
I won't be there.
No, sorry. I'm not gonna. I'm not spending my birthday month at GTE.
Nah.
Look, you told me the next time I was in Vegas, I got to let you know. So now I'm letting you with a month in advance.
I'll be there. I will be there. I'll try to hook up. We'll try to hook up. I thought you wanted me to hold your hand on GTE. And
no, I was just saying if you wanted to swing by, I'm going to be at my company's booth. Listen, I was just like, hey, that's where I'm going to be for like 4 straight days.
First of all, there's one huge problem. You guys are less than 4 hours away from unbelievable tacos. Forget about G2E or whatever it is.
Yeah, well, okay, a company will fire me. I can't do that. That's not how this works.
You don't work 24 hours. You get 8 hours off. I go to
California all the time to get tacos.
Hey, guys. Barstow is the original Del Taco.
Del Taco.
The original. So it may not sound like a big deal until you've been there.
Yep.
And the tacos are twice as big.
Yep.
And they have like real fillings, like real lettuce and real cheese. And if you never had Del Taco, first of all, if you're an East Coast cat, I can't help you because
chili cheese fries at Del Taco.
Yeah, you don't know. East Coast, you don't know nothing from Mexican food. I don't care what you say. I had a buddy of mine. I showed up in Texas, and he goes, "We're gonna have queso." Okay, that's freaking warmed up cheese whiz. It ain't.
That's right.
That ain't Mexican.
It's not very good.
Bro. I'm just telling you, Tex-Mex ain't Mexican food. Mexican food is Mexican food, and so Del Taco is the fast food of Mexican food, but it is that and Barstow. You've got to hit it.
Hey, Dave, want to hear something? My wife's going to hear this, and she might get mad at me. She went to Barstow High School.
Wow.
Somebody has to. Wow.
Exactly.
I'm glad she left. I'm glad she met you and got the heck out of there because the only good thing in Barstow is that Del Taco.
Exactly. You're 100% correct.
Del Taco needs to call in and become an advertiser with Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, we need an advertiser. Yeah,
Taco Bell, Del Taco, whoever Dave.
Advertise my tacos. I'll eat your tacos every night, bro.
There we go.
I'll email Del Taco to when I'm done with this and see if we can cook them up.
There we go.
See,
I love this team.
Always got us covered.
So, Raphael, thank you so much, man. I know you
take it easy, guys.
This week, I'm sure with all the college, the NFL.
Go Cornhuskers.
Hey, Robbie, text me where to lose my money.
I will. Take it easy, guys.
See you next week, man. Have a great one.
Gotta love Raphael. It's always so fun to have come on. It's so good.
He really is.
See, who needs John? We'll just have Raphael for a whole show.
There we go.
It's so much fun.
Wow. John, I know you're watching somewhere.
I love you, John.
In an undisclosed location that I haven't heard of yet.
Yeah, really. I've texted you. I have not heard back. I would like to know that you're safe. Just send me a thumbs up so I know you're alive, please.
Can you mark yourself safe on Facebook, John?
Okay, guys. Here's the same thing John and I have said every week that Jake didn't show up, and every week JB didn't show up. Like, hey, where are these guys? I don't know. All right, well, I guess it still goes on.
Exactly.
I'm the only dumbass that shows up every week.
Oh, are you?
Wait. And you know why? You know why?
Why?
Because I get fed. And my lovely fiance makes me these delicious tacos. And if I'm not on the show, I'm not getting anything.
That's that's fair. But you know what? Here's what I'll say.
Believe me, I mean, guys, I'm a hucklebearer, man. I'm your hucklebearer. I'm showing up every week. I'm getting my tacos from my baby.
If you ever needed motivation to do something, I think that's it. Tacos for just showing up and talking sports for an hour. I mean, I don't really see where you're losing. That's a pretty easy winning proposition.
It's a win,
good
win,
food, some fun conversation.
What time is it? All right, we're good. All right.
Well, it's time to wrap things up, Dave, and I'm throwing it to you because something else is going on in a couple minutes.
Well, and we got this new show that actually people seem to like. So,
apparently,
I love you guys. You brought me on. You opened my eyes to this whole kind of universe. Doing the a media row last year at the Super Bowl, and getting to meet Gus Frerotte, who launched the NFL Alumni Network, which we are now on as a whole, Sideline Sports and all of us. And he said, "Gee, Dave, we're looking to do team-specific stuff." And so we've launched Hawk Talk. And I've got Walter Thurman III, Legion of Boom, the name that has been brought up before. You can't bring that stuff. You don't measure yourself against Legion of Boom unless you're bringing
Talk about that tonight, please.
So Walter's coming on. Trey Madden, a local Orange County cat, USC. I love his dad. And then a free agent for the Seahawks, played there for 3 years. We're hosting Hawk Talk. Tonight, we've got Nate Boyer, former Green Beret, walked on to University of Texas, earned a scholarship, never played football before. Decided, I'm done with the military. Cool. I'm going to walk on to University of Texas. You guys know UT, right?
It's that little school down in that Texas place.
Yeah. I've heard of it.
Wait, you don't walk on there. You walk on to Southwest, East-West Dakota State.
Sam Houston.
And trying to make a team if you've never played the game before. He walks on there as a safety, white kid, 5'10", makes it as a long snapper, gets a scholarship, plays there for 4 years, oldest freshman ever, 27 years old, oldest free agent ever to the Seattle Seahawks. So that's my guest tonight. And then Larry Bevins, NFL Fan of the Year, is our 12th man guest tonight. We're having a great show tonight. That's coming on at 6:35.
As the ultimate fan. Can't get better than that. JB.
NFL Fan of the Year.
JB_ the program. Make sure you watch Hawk Talk in just a couple of minutes. Tomorrow, J&J Sports Express and Confidential. Make sure you're watching both of those. Jake.
Double trouble. It's double trouble with JB, and we got double trouble with Dave tonight, guys. I don't know what else you want to do. I mean, you got that, and then you got football on Thursday. I mean, this is just like the perfect week. So you guys can find me on Twitter at Jake_Malik. You can find Sideline Sports everywhere you see scrolling across the bottom of your screen. Anne Marie, I'm sorry if I offended you in any way. I know you're still watching. Please still send me those tacos. I really want them. Dave makes them sound so good. And Dave, I give you the last note like I do every week. What do you got to tell the people?
Be good people.